channel. Hello guys, welcome to another wonderful moment on Final Whistle, where we bring you swift updates about sport, football into organic fun. Trust me, you love to stay top because we bring you the best and nothing but the best. Now talking about the constitution of the Super Eagle again, the chance of getting Javi Reynolds into the Super Eagles squad is becoming more and more slimmer. But before we go into that, before I ask my guest in the building, Official Ola
Sama. Morning.
and AY.
Yeah, it's good to be back.
AY, now talking about Javi Reynolds, the last time it was Egypt and Nigeria. Now, Ola, USA are in the race. What do you think, Official Ola?
That's a fresh update coming in, and it's not looking good.
Yeah.
I won't lie to you. If there was a 50-50 chance of Nigeria getting Renard before, I think it's getting slimmer now, and it's more like a 70 to losing him and 30% to bringing him in the race. You understand? You understand now? So I feel Nigeria we left it too late. You understand to do? I know we actually we submitted a proposal for him. The proposal was not too good. You understand? Because if the proposal was that good, you understand, Egypt won't be able to come into the situation and match that offer. And I won't lie to you, we're talking about USA now. Let's put USA aside. Comparing Nigeria's economy to USA economy, I know many people want to call us the giant or whatsoever. But doing it on paper is different from doing it in real life. If Egypt can match what we are submitting financially, they're in a better position than what we are. You understand? Now talking about the fathers of all nations, the USA. Is it money? Is it economy? Is it politics? They have it more than us. You understand? These are the people hosting the so-called World Cup that we are going into. They're in a better state than us. They're in a lesser pressure than us. And whether we like it or not, USA now, I know there's always this argument of calling it soccer or football. Whether we like it, whether it is soccer, whether it is football, they are now having players that can actually play football. You understand? We saw their captain, Christian Pulisic from Chelsea, from Dortmund to Chelsea, from Chelsea now to AC Milan, racking up good number of start last season. You understand? So whether we like it, and they have George Weah, they have Folarin Balogun, they have players now. You understand that they can actually attract one of the best coaches in the game. You understand? Now I just feel like it's left to Avirenad if he wants to come into a system in Africa or he wants to go for the easy way out. Okay. But for now, I don't think we're getting him now. I don't think
Thank
so.
you so much, Official. What's your opinion on this?
I think the whole situation started when USA crashed out of the Copa America a couple of weeks ago. I think they crashed out in the group stage, and then they were not satisfied with their coach's performance, and they apparently went out for Jurgen Klopp. So, but at the initial stage, Jurgen Klopp came out to tell them that no, I'm not sure I want to take this job. So they switched to Avirenad. So, I feel like if we are talking about competition, we can't compete with even Egypt. Obviously, I was saying Egypt brought something that matched our own. We can if they had decided to opt, I'm not sure we can, because even this one on the table, we are still saying we might be seeing a situation whereby Nigeria will pay for a month and then they might not be able to pay the subsequent month. So we'll now keep having your current situation where we are by the coaches will not take us to court of arbitration of sports because we are owing them. So that's the situation on ground. We cannot match what Egypt will probably put on the table because of the economical situation that we are in. You understand? Not talk of USA. Now talking about the precarious situation that we are in terms of qualification, USA is the host country, which automatically gives them the verge of automatic qualification. Egypt is not in that kind of situation that we are in. So if you are talking about a coach if you are talking about what probably will be going on in his head right now, like in terms of the situation of each country, I want something that will not give me stress. I think he will probably go for US, take USA for them, consider Egypt, then consider Nigeria in terms of preferences. That's the kind of situation we are, because anybody that is taking our job is ready to know that you are going to win all our matches to qualify. So, but if you are, I really want to see it from another angle, because I've watched Everton for a while. He's not that kind of manager that will probably think the way in a neutral manager will probably think. He doesn't. He might probably not want the easy way, and he has this affiliation. He has this love and affinity for African teams. You understand? Because we've seen him done it at Zambia, we've seen him done it at Cote d'Ivoire. So I feel like if the chips are down, he might still probably look at Nigeria very importantly. And another thing is he does not that kind of coach that considers name or fire or big names, like in terms of, okay, look at the last World Cup, he coached Saudi Arabia, and they defeated Argentina. So he's that kind of manager that does not consider, whatever name. I think it has to do whatever you are bringing to the table. Saudi Arabia is rich. We cannot just dispute that fact.
Yeah.
You understand? So money is going to play
Money also came into
a major role here too. Like, I think as much as I hope and I wish that we can get him, he's getting slimmer. I'm not going to lie to myself. And I understand the fact that most fans in Nigeria are anticipating for him. In fact, there's this online poll that I saw where Nigerians in diaspora and in Nigeria actually said they don't mind raising funds, doing a GoFundMe. Some even said we might probably go and borrow Lapo to fund Renard.
Yeah, sorry, just to add to what AY said, you understand?
Yeah.
At this point, we reported a couple of weeks ago that during the just concluded Euros, where he was asked about the competitive nature of Heroes and AFCON, and where he actually said that AFCON is a bit more competitive than this thing. That in the Heroes, you can actually say, okay, you can actually predict the top three finalists that will actually end up in the semis and the quarters, unlike the AFCON that you can't actually say the best loser might come and win the tournament, as we just saw in the last concluded one. So at this point, I don't think we can match, like I say, we can financially now. I don't think we can match Egypt, talkers of USA at this point. But I think we should resort back to our indigenous coach. If they can't afford to pay our indigenous coach, they should come back to our own AY. AY is a coach. He coach a local team. You have a local team. Final whistle. Yes, and in 1-3-1.
What gives you the assurance that NFL will be able to pay?
No, you are working on your pro or your UEFA pro license. They can come and hire AY. You actually go somewhere far.
NFF is always saying there's no money.
Yes,
Are you sure
that's my problem.
Let them owe AY. Let them owe AY. Won't mind. It's service for the nation.
I think at this point, UEFA pro license is not free. So I'm not going to be telling them that. You understand? So you have to pay for whatever you are.
Now, official alarm. We talk about personal interest.
Yes.
We talk about the fact that he loves African kind of football. Do you think Nigeria can beat USA to get Averina to the Super Eagles?
No, I don't think so at this moment. The only thing we can actually bank on now is the fact that AY actually said this man doesn't care about names now, because we have seen over the years now in football now how football has changed, that names don't actually win you matches. You understand? We just saw that in just this concluded Heroes. You look at Spain squad now. Let's be fair to ourselves. I know they were one of the favorites, but they were not the top favorite to win the tournament. You look at an inexperienced EMA Lamar. I know he's a wonder kid, but he's inexperienced. This is his first major tournament. You look at Fabian Ruiz. Fabian Ruiz that was struggling in PSG, bossing the midfield. I think the only star player we had in that lineup were Cavaja and Rodri. Avamata scored only a goal throughout the season. Young stars. Pedri. Nobody was expecting Olmo.
Nobody was expecting that Olmo does not even play football now.
Understand? You does not play. You're not expecting Danny Olmo to come and be the top scorer. You're not expecting Cucurella to turn up. You're not expecting Laporte playing Al Nassr to turn up. So I feel like this moment it has to be personal interest if he actually wants to come.
I think age does not play football these days now.
Now, official, let's deviate a bit from the coaching situation of the Super Eagles now. And AY talking about age. There was a recent interview that was granted by Jose Mourinho, which he talks about the roles age plays in football. He talks about Sidney Osasua and Ahmed Musawan being 32, and then the 17 years young lad. But before we go into that, AY, let's watch this video.
All right.
I don't look at players' ages or players' status. I look to what the player is now and what the player can give now, which form the player is. I played Rafael Varane in Real Madrid with 18 years old in a big Champions League match against Manchester City. Easy. No problem. There is no age for players. So if you go for the young and if you go for the old, I don't think players, they have a passport. What they have is performance level. If you are good with 16, you have to play, like the kid in Spain. If you are good with 41, like Pepe, you have to play. So it's not about the age or the status. It's about the today. Football is about today. It's not about yesterday. It's about today. So today, can you perform? Great. If you are 16, you play. If you are 41, you also play.
We've seen it all, we heard it all.
Yes. Why talk from the special one? You understand? What a lovely way to answer a beautiful question. Like we said, names don't win you matches. Likewise, age doesn't win you matches. I remember, aside from this interview, I remember one time Mourinho was asked, and he told them that give me all the 33 as at that time. He said, give me all the 33-year-old players and I'll win you the Champions League. As at that time, Pirlo was 33. You understand? Philip Lam was 33. He just mentioned notable 33 years old player that will actually win him the Champions League instead of some young lad at that time. So in this interview, he was asked and he was able to pinpoint the age bracket of Pepe, for example, a 41-year-old playing at the top level. You understand? And a Yami Lamau, 17, playing at the top level. In football now, it's all doing how you blend this player, experience plus youth. You understand? So I think it's a nice touch what Mourinho is trying to say, and this is where we talk about balance in a team now. You understand? I think this affected Chelsea last 2 seasons and last season, where they're trying to create something. You understand? But it's too soon. You sold all the experienced players, and you brought in 20, 21-year-old players that don't have the experience. You understand? So I'm looking at this, and it's like a form of advice. You understand? To whatever coach coming into the system, and that is what I still clamoring for. Renard. If you look at the kind of team he selects, it cuts across the age bracket or whatever team you are bringing in. So I think it's a nice one.
Now, AY,
Yeah. I have seen I watched the video and I am more convinced. But the only part I will probably deviate from Ronaldo is the fact that if you are saying you are Pepe at 40, right? Yes. The only part I want to disagree with him is if you have an African player at Pepe, then we should know that he's not 42 at that point.
Definitely.
Yes, I agree with the fact that we can actually play youngsters. Yes, we have done it in 1995. We saw Celestine Babayaro, we saw Erin Woes who play at the Asian African Cup in 1995. Fantastic team, and then they brought their A game. Now, but the only issue is when they get older, they usually wear out. We've seen it play out in African football. You understand? The kind of African football official, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, sure.
It requires energy, it requires strength. That's why we see, even when we try to take some of these senior men to international tournaments, we actually resort to putting them on the bench. You understand? Because if you look at what they bring experience, but you will not expect Ahmed Musa to give you a Ryan Giggs performance at the World Cup or at the AFCON. No disrespect to Ahmed Musa, you understand, because of the pace that you probably want an Ademola Lookman to come and run 7-2. You don't expect Ahmed Musa to be doing that because age is not on their side. You understand? Because normally we don't take records of these are our players. You understand? Boniface is 26. You understand? Boniface is 26. I really don't want to dispute that fact he's 26. But I'm saying we know what goes on in Africa. Let's also be sincere with ourselves. We know what goes on in African football. We don't document well. We don't have records of these players. Yamal is 16, 17. At least the worst that can happen is 18.
We saw the picture.
We saw. Yeah, I'm saying now.
Actually backdate
But
that.
you understand? So there's actual detailed age of these players while they are growing up. They keep records. So once they progress, you see the progression in them. But as far as African football is concerned, there's always a tailor to slim fit their age. You understand? They cut it down because they want to still fit in at any point in time. You understand? So I wouldn't dispute the fact that we can have these young players play at the biggest stage of their career. But when they get old, let's just keep them as
thank you guys. Thank you so much. You guys gave me the best. Like we heard from Vishala and AY, they gave it to us as it happened. We hope that Abiredo is going to play on his conscience and consider the Nigerian job.
Now you go play on conscience.
You love Africa, Ola.
You love Africa. USA money.
And I'm also open to offers from the NFL.
Like I said,
inshallah. And then names don't win you football anymore. You have to blend into the team like Inshallah said. Now this is our time of final. We should not forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Let's know what you feel about Happy Reynolds and about Ahmed Musa and Sydney Osasua in the comment section. And don't forget to follow our social media handle at Final Whistle 931. We'll see you again next time. Thank you.